Hi everyone! Yes, I'm back, and I thought I'd make a little video briefly explaining why I disappeared from YouTube, assuming that anybody's actually interested. I will say though that if you've clicked on this video expecting something a little juicy, you're going to be severely disappointed. Firstly, I am quite a private person. I mean, I've decided to be quite transparent in this video, but generally speaking, I don't share much about myself on the internet. Secondly, there haven't been any major changes in my life. The main reason why I stopped making videos was basically because I lost motivation for a while. I'll go into that in a bit more detail in this video, but that was basically it. Frank's been enjoying the time off. I may not pay my employees very well, but at least they can't complain about not having enough holidays. If you've been following me for a while, you might remember that between about 2019 and 2021, I was fairly consistent. But then back in 2022, my motivation, my discipline, my focus all just started to decline. And before anybody tries to diagnose me, no, I don't have ADHD. No, I wasn't depressed. I have been depressed a couple of times in my life, but this wasn't that. I think what it really came down to was that working for yourself is quite hard. I've even spoken to people who've said, gosh, I could never do that. I just watch Netflix all day. And to be honest, there have been days when that was basically all I did. And then you go to bed hating yourself. You could call it laziness, but in my defense, there are studies that show that most people work better with deadlines and structure. Another thing I'd say about working for yourself is that it's very lonely. I mean, I'd say that generally I'm not a lonely person. I have friends, I've had boyfriends, but even so, at 2 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, where are most people? They're at work! And yes, it is kind of cool to have the freedom to do whatever you want on a Thursday afternoon, but the other side of the coin is that it can be a bit lonely. So what did I do? I decided to start studying something else, just part-time online. And I also started working a bit in hospitality again. I know that might shock some people because I am well aware that some people look down on hospitality, but I don't, and I've actually quite enjoyed it. So why am I making content again? Well, a couple of months ago, I guess I started to get my motivation back. I'm going to continue my other things, my hospitality work, my course, but I've also started making content again. I've actually been working on a new project. I've created a grammar website. I'll put the link in the description. There are also some pronunciation resources on it. There's not a lot of content on it yet, but my plan is to gradually add to it over time. The site is mainly aimed at other English teachers, but I think it's useful for English learners as well. It's got PDFs, worksheets, and links to Kahoots that I've made for every topic. I'm not selling anything on it. You don't need to log in and you don't need to put your email in anywhere. Regarding my other plans, I've decided to start making YouTube and Instagram videos again. Maybe TikTok, we'll see. But I'm probably going to pay less attention to the production quality. Another thing that I struggle with sometimes is that I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and while that's sometimes good when you're making content, it can also mean that you end up spending time and energy on things that really don't matter. For example, I used to worry if the light changed while I was filming because the sun went behind a cloud or something. But now I know that nobody cares about that sort of thing. I'll also probably make shorter videos, which is something that I know won't appeal to everyone, but I think that is something that will keep me more consistent. I will say that another thing that's helped the loneliness factor has been having a dog. Yeah, it's not my dog. I've just been looking after a dog for the last several months, and it's been rather lovely. The last thing that I have to say is that you might see me wearing wigs sometimes. That's not because there's anything wrong with my hair. As you can see, it's all still there. This might sound silly or vain, but I don't like the way my hair looks on camera unless I blow dry it or curl it or both. And not only does that take time, but regularly using heat is also bad for your hair, especially if it's fine. And I also think that wigs are cool. So yeah, that's the story with the wigs. Okay, everyone, if you've watched all of this, thank you, I guess. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!